Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Peyton. It is nice to meet you. It is nice to see you. Today is a very fun and very different day because, my face is in the video, so you know it's a whole different kind of video. It's 1 in the morning and I have makeup on for you, so you know I'm taking this very seriously today. But basically, I am doing a collab video with the lovely people I'm popping up on the screen. They are all amazing, incredible content creators, so if you haven't already had the absolute pleasure of watching their videos and their streams, please go ahead and do that. You are severely missing out if you haven't already, but we're doing a collab with Ronnie, Control Poke, Strong Mom Games, and Kayla Games, all amazing people. Now, what are we doing, you may ask? Well, we're doing a cute little competition, but also it's not a cute competition because the smack talk in the group chat has been ruthless, okay? So here's what we're doing. We are doing a Happy Home Paradise roommate design challenge. Basically, the parameters are make a home in Happy Home Paradise with 2 roommates, and then that's it. Post the video, and then after that, there's going to be a community post on my channel, on Ronnie's channel, on Kayla's, on Strong Mom's, and Ferris, aka Control Pokes. And you're gonna vote on each of our channels whose design was your favorite. Now, I'm gonna want you to spread love to everybody, but then go ahead and just ignore the love and just vote for me. Kidding, I'm kidding. You can vote for who you think is the real winner. Okay, now, when I went into this competition, I really thought about it. I knew I had 2 strategies that I could follow. 1, I could completely pander to the Animal Crossing community. So basically a Marshall Raymond dream home, a Judy Stitches kidcore bright fun palace, or I could just make something weird that I wanted to make. So I chose the second choice. I knew I wanted to make a weird roommate combination that was just a build that was unique, that might be something you haven't seen before on Happy Home Paradise. So I thought about who is my favorite weird villager and what can I make for them. I instantly thought of Rodeo, because I've seen Rodeo quite a few times on my Happy Home Paradise beach, and I recall him asking for a magic shop. I think realistically he actually wants like a witchy, wizardy thing based off of the items that he asked for, but his prompt said like magic. And I have been thinking about making a dark, fun magic show ever since. So I had to sit and think, who could be the best weirdo to run this magic show with Rodeo? And instantly, you know it was Tiffany. It's Rodeo and Tiffany running the magic show of my dreams. Now, after I decided that was all well and good, but I had a severe problem. I have neither one of these villagers' amiibos, nor do I have any interest in getting them on my actual island. So I had to time travel every single day on Happy Home Paradise until I found both of these villagers, which did take some time. Was it worth it? I guess you'll have to watch the build to find out. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Here they are. I need you to name a more iconic trio of weirdos. Tell me, do I fit in? Do I fit in? I think so. Okay, here's the thing. I love Happy Home Paradise so much, but I take a long time to do a build, so unfortunately we're not doing this live together, but I did do it as a speed build, and we're gonna talk it through together. All right, so I started out with this lovely curtain moment. I used this on my past European Town Core island. All of the codes I use in this video are going to be linked down below. So I knew what I wanted to do instantly. Bottom floor, the magic show. It's gotta be a magic show. It's dark. It's very classic. To me, a classic magic show is like black, white, and red. Honestly, very Tiffany's color palette. I guess Rodeo, he's kind of grayish. Don't ask me about villager colors. I flashbacks. Anyway, so I knew I wanted the bottom floor to be kind of the auditorium. I wanted it to feel like a small, kind of dingy theater feel. So that's why I kind of did it half in the round. I didn't do it like the audience is only on one side. I did it so we were all up and close in the magic. And I really love these gold accented chairs. Initially, I was using those Imperial ones, but as soon as I saw these ones, they just matched that curtain vibe a whole heck of a lot more. I also did a nice little red carpet, so we can kind of separate the area into a couple different spaces. That mainly being the stage, so that's that area right in front without the stone carpet, as well as the beginning half is the concession slash, you know, you're just entering, like, here's my ticket, sir, welcome to the magic show. And then, of course, the actual audience. So here is what we're doing. We kind of flip-flop between all the different areas. Hope that's okay. But for the stage, I knew, of course, we had to have, I wanted there to be an item that was similar to what you would use to, like, saw someone in half, but I didn't have that. So instead I decided to opt for these changing rooms, and you can imagine that, like, they turn on their sides, and I put fire behind them, of course, because I'm obsessed with fire, apparently, as per my builds seem to always have fire in them now. Of course, we had to put the magic hat, the top hat, front and center, as well as I'm also just doing some, like, basic theater-y items, like the stage lights. I really love those floor ones. I think they give a really nice feel to the space, as well as the other, like, electrical items on the side. I don't know who's the tech person for the show. Who do you think is the tech person for the show? I'm kind of curious. Someone, maybe Sid. Someone like Sid. He's the tech person. Okay, so yeah, other items I knew I wanted to have on stage, the deck of cards splayed out, the stack of cards, there's our chainsaw, of course, for sawing someone in half, as well as, of course, a magic rabbit. I mean, in my head, Tiffany is not just, like, the little assistant. I think they're both the magicians. So Tiffany is not, like, the object. She's not the rabbit that comes out of the hat. She's, like, separate. So we have an actual rabbit that comes out of the hat as well. In the front, I decided to focus on two different little entrance area things. On the left-hand side being the beverage. Perhaps it is a juice box, juice bar stand. Perhaps not. On the other side being a little merch corner. I think they're making their money. I think they are, you know, it's giving me, like, I don't know. This is kind of giving, why is it giving me Rocky Horror vibes? I don't know, because Rocky Horror is by no means a magic show. But I guess just the vibe of it is giving me that, so that is what we're doing here. And yeah, lots of things on the walls. I didn't go too crazy with the walls as I tend to normally do. I found this eyeball design, and I thought that was a really fun picture to have around. It was a little spooky. It's a little spooky, a little creepy, but that's how we like it. You can buy signed merchandise, signed photos. You can buy the costumes, the t-shirts. Who told me to do this build? No one. No one, again, no one asked for this, but this is what I wanted to do. We've got security cameras because we care about our security here, and I feel like things could go down in this place. Like, there's a chainsaw, like, we gotta keep our friends safe. It's a magic show, all right? It's gotta stay safe. I'm also throwing just some little fun items around. The floor lights, I think, really add something to it. I also did a nice little outfit change. Here it is. I threw some food on the floor, just like snacks and drinks you might have at your seat. And here is the lovely, amazing, Strange Little Magic Show. Owned, operated, produced, directed by, choreographed by Rodeo and Tiffany. And I think they look like the absolute perfect pair. Now, I wasn't done there, because if you're new to my channel, I always do a happy home build where there is a space for whatever the specialty thing they asked for was, as well as a space for them to actually live. I always put their bed and either a photo or the poster of them. So I wanted to give them a shared living quarters to kind of relax and reflect about their magic. Maybe they're practicing their magic up here, maybe they're not. I think they are, but I wanted to continue that kind of dark and spooky vibe, but also kind of make it feel like this is a nice apartment. Like you wouldn't think. It's like a, you wouldn't expect it from that downstairs venue. I think that downstairs venue is a little grimy, but you come up here and you're like, oh wait, they're professionals. They're professionals. So I'm using this lovely A-frame code that I did not create. It is in the description. Much love and much credit to that creator. I think it just looks so cool. It's giving me that, like, industrial, I don't know, artist space vibe. I'm also using this candle wall that I've been wanting to use forever. I think this candle wall is so unique because it only lights up if you have the lights completely off, which I guess, like, logically makes sense, but I just think it's really cool. I decided to stick with the cool set of furniture. Something about the black leather just felt very Tiffany and Rodeo to me as well. So I kind of wanted to keep everything as matchy-matchy as I can. When it's a roommate small space like this, which is kind of what I wanted, I didn't want to make the room max size, I like to try and use the same items as much as I can for each roommate's side of the room and just do little embellishes to kind of get their personality. So you'll see that they both have the same bed and the same little dresser. However, Tiffany has this lovely, lovely extra little vanity, whereas Rodeo has some different shelves and other things on his side. So for Tiffany, I felt like she's a fashion queen. She's got to have a nice, beautiful mirror, a beautiful makeup set. You'll see all that. Whereas Rodeo, I think he's just like hanging out. He's hanging out. He's working on stuff. He's working on new tricks. Like maybe he's engineering all of the tricks. And he needed a little workspace to do that. I also decided to give each of them their signature top hat that I also put on their head. Tiffany's I decided to be red, so that is on her side, and you'll see later I add Rodeo's on his side as well. I'm also giving her some amazing high heels. I wish I could put high heels actually on. Why can't the villagers wear shoes? Nintendo, that's the one thing I wanted. Shoes and pants. Maybe pants would be nice too. Pants on the villagers. Anyway, I am putting some different Tiffany-like items. I'm putting fishnets on the ground. I'm doing this lovely terrarium moment. Again, I think she's classy. I think she's a classy lady. In the center, I think they're working on their house of cards as well as reading up on some new tricks. I feel like they're besties. I feel like the dynamic here is Rodeo thinks he runs the show, but it's really Tiffany. But they're like besties at the end of the day. They're a weird comp. That's the point of this, right? It's a fun roommates. I wouldn't have thought to put these two together, but I think it kind of works. I'm also just putting plants in the space, magazine racks, just doing whatever I can to kind of make it feel like a artisty, lofty space. Of course, we have another rabbit up here because there are rabbits on the loose. That rabbit's like trying to go outside, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Books everywhere. I think that we're reading a lot of magic books. It's up to you guys. Do you think they are actually magic? Do you think that these two possess magic, or are they engineering magic tricks? Could be. I could be either. I don't know. Rodeo's got those red eyes. Like, what's he hiding? What's he hiding back there? I don't know. Working on the lighting for this one was tough because I knew that I wanted to do the candle wallpaper, which, like I said before, you need to have the lights completely off to make it work. So I knew that I needed to put some other lighting all throughout the space to make sure you could actually see the items. It was a little bit tricky. I did contemplate my decision with the candle walls many a times, but I decided that overall I just really liked the vibes too much for the candles to not do them. So I was kind of okay with you not being able to see every single item that I put in the space. Well, you got to see it because the lights were on. And here it is, guys. I love this so much. I don't think it feels like too far of a departure from what happened to downstairs, but it definitely feels like, okay, this is no longer our grimy show. This is where we are hanging out. This is where we're living, and I just think it captures both of them really well and somehow also just brings them together, which I was a little worried about because they are a little bit of a strange combo. Now going outside, I will say outside is probably the simplest out of the three spaces. I like to always try and do the three spaces when I can in Happy Home, just because I like Happy Home. So like the more I could decorate, I'm gonna do it. I always do the exterior, and for the most part, I always do an upstairs and a downstairs. For this one, I didn't want to do anything too crazy out here. I kind of wanted it to feel like we're in the middle of like a mystical, strange woodland area. I don't see this being it could be in a city, I guess, but I kind of was feeling more in the middle of the woods. There's this weird little house out of nowhere. It's like weird moss growing everywhere, and you go in and it's just like a magic show. It sounds like the start of a horror movie, but I'm kind of here for it. I'm kind of okay with it. So I'm keeping the palette same thing as inside. It is black, red, and some white. I really love the black brick pattern that I use here. I think it just does a great job to kind of bring the indoors outdoor rather. I also have their lovely sign, their logo for their magic shop, and I'm just putting these trees everywhere. They really gave me cedar tree vibes. It wasn't giving me hardwood tree vibes or fruit tree at all. Something about the cedar tree just feels very like dark to me. I don't know why. And we're using dark flowers. We're using exclusively dark black and red tulips, as well as you'll see I put some glowing moss in there as well. There's not really too much to say about the exterior, to be honest. I kind of just went with it. I think sometimes exteriors don't need to be overly complicated, especially since I put a whole heck of a lot of items inside. So I kind of just decided to keep it a little bit simpler for this. The candle item I think really changed the game though, especially because we have that candle motif going on the upstairs. I definitely wanted to make sure I incorporated that on the outside. While it's not so prevalent on the main level, it is still very the vibe of the build, so I wanted to make sure it was out here. Also throwing in these dice items just scattered about, it just feels... I mean, is dice a magic item? I don't know, but it feels like it. Okay, it feels like it, and that was my logic there. So yeah, and that is pretty much the build. That is my exterior. We had to put some fire there, of course, and here is a nice look at it. I think that Rodeo and Tiffany could not have found a better place to suit them. I'm not sure a lot of people's islands suit them. They're very unique villagers, but I certainly think they have a nice home here. Now, going in from this angle, you could see... You can see that fire item lighting up, and then going inside, we've got the fire in here. It's all matchy-matchy. And I also decided to make the lighting a little bit more red because it just felt more like the vibe of these two. Now, this isn't the official montage. I'm about to show you the official montage, but I did just want to let you guys know that I did change the lighting. So sorry. And I decided to just call this Tiff and Rodeo's Magic Show. I felt like that was the most fitting name. Here's the montage, and I hope you enjoy it. There you guys have it. I really hope you guys enjoyed my happy home weird little roommate build. I know it was kind of a strange choice perhaps for this competition, but I really am glad that I decided to do what I wanted to do because I don't think I would have made this build otherwise, and I really love how it came out. Please go ahead and watch all of the other creators' videos. Please send them love, nothing but love, even though it's a competition. Let's be nice to everybody, but then go ahead and vote for me. And you know what? Let's go a step further. You don't even need to just vote for me, but go onto their videos and pop a nice little sloth in their comments, just so they know where you're coming from. So much love, guys. I appreciate you all so much for being here. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, all that good stuff. I make lots of fun Animal Crossing and other cozy game content, and I'd love to have you be here. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.